This isn't just a ghost story, this isn't just a murder case, this was the first time in American history that a man claimed, under oath, that he killed because he was possessed by a demon, and the Warrens, yes, the famous paranormal investigators, were at the center of it all. This is the true story of the trial that became known as "The Devil Made Me Do It." The beginning, a happy family moves in. It all started in the summer of 1980, when the Glatzel family moved into a modest home in Brookfield, Connecticut. Debbie Glatzel, a young woman in her 20s, was preparing to start a new life with her boyfriend, Arne Cheyenne Johnson. They had plans: move in together, build a future, maybe even marry. But before the boxes were unpacked, something was already terribly wrong. Debbie's younger brother, David, just 11 years old, began to act differently. He said he saw an old man, burnt skin, torn clothes, black, soulless eyes. The man whispered to him, threatened him, appeared in mirrors, in corners, even in the daylight. David screamed in his sleep, spoke in strange languages, and he began to levitate. At first, the family thought it was stress, a vivid imagination, but then, objects started to move, scratch marks appeared on the walls. David's voice changed, low, guttural, not human, terrified. The Glatzels did what many would never dare to, they called for help. That's when Ed and Lorraine Warren arrived. The exorcisms begin. Ed, demonologist; Lorraine, clairvoyant and medium. They had seen the worst: Amityville, Annabelle, the Perron family haunting. But David's case, it chilled them both. Lorraine said that, on her first visit, she saw a dark, malevolent entity lurking near the boy. They didn't believe it was just one spirit, they believed David was possessed by 43 demons. They contacted the church, requested an exorcism. Over several weeks, priests came and went. Each time, David screamed, convulsed, spoke in dead languages, ancient dialects. During one exorcism, Arne, Debbie's boyfriend, stepped in. He grabbed David and shouted, "Leave the boy alone. Enter me instead." The room fell silent. Everyone dismissed it, except the Warrens. Lorraine would later say, "That moment, I felt something pass from David to Arne, and I feared we had only just begun." The thin line between madness and evil. What drives a man to kill? Trauma, madness, or something darker, something waiting in the shadows? Every culture tells stories of voices in the dark. Of unseen forces breaking through the cracks of reality. Could those stories be more than myth? The Arne Johnson case was more than just a legal curiosity. It was a test of belief. Could evil, real, ancient, unseen, stand trial in a court of law? Some in the courtroom said they saw the truth, others saw theater. But if we dare to open the door to that possibility, how do we ever close it? Again, the change in Arne. In the weeks that followed, Arne began to change. He'd zone out for hours, mutter strange things. "They're watching me. The beast is inside." He grew paranoid. Violent, sweet one moment, cold the next. Debbie moved in with him, above a dog kennel run by her boss, Alan Bono. She saw the signs, but didn't know what to do. Then came February 16, 1981. A day that would leave a bloodstain on history. The murder that afternoon. Arne skipped work. He spent time with Debbie, Alan, and a few others. They laughed, ate, drank. Then, an argument. A sudden shift in the air. Without warning, Arne snapped. He pulled out a pocket knife and stabbed Alan Bono. Again and again. Alan collapsed. A pool of blood formed at his feet. Arne simply walked away. Witnesses said his face was empty, lifeless, like he wasn't even there. When the police caught him, Arne said, "I don't remember. I blacked out." The trial that shocked America. Arne's defense: not guilty, by reason of demonic possession. It was unheard of. A demon on trial. The Warrens backed it. Lorraine even said she warned police something bad was going to happen, but the judge, he refused to allow possession as a legal defense. Still, something strange happened. Instead of murder, Arne was convicted of manslaughter. He served just 5 years. The legacy of the Warrens were Ed and Lorraine, heroes, or brilliant manipulators. They walked into the darkness, but did they bring light, or did they spread shadows? Their legacy is forever tied to this case. A courtroom became a battleground between belief and doubt, and when the law is forced to choose what's real, truth becomes just another kind of haunting. To this day, Arne Johnson walks free. He married Debbie, they lived quietly, but he never took back what he said, not once. So ask yourself, if this was just a story, why are you still thinking about it? Because sometimes, evil doesn't hide, sometimes it walks right in the front door. Subscribe for more true horror. You won't sleep after this one.